Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of One Piece Log Fishman Island Saga on episode 12, or One Piece Gyojin Tohen on episode 12. Whichever one that's fitting for you. This episode right here was actually really great, and honestly, the cuts and edits of comparing to the original version of Fishman Island arc is very obvious, so if anything else, let's just get this started. After the opening, we get to see Jinbe talk about the time of Fishman Island and what Otohime really is. We get to see that she is a very kind and compassionate woman, or merwoman, or mermaid, whichever one that's fitting. I know what I'm saying is a little like, or maybe fish woman whatsoever. Sorry if I'm saying that in a very disrespectful way, forgive me on that. But she is a very good, kind woman, stopping a thief and trying to scold him and scolding other kids, but she is a very great woman. That much I can say. Trying to get Fishman Island and fishmen together to, live on the surface area, which is understandable, but it's not something that can be easily done. It takes years, possibly decades, in order to make things better, and we all know that for certain because we must have been through that ourselves, or we know about that kind of history in school. Other than that, when it comes to Arlong and Jinbe, they end up having some hostile relationship, although I think there's more to it than a deeper meaning of it, because they know each other. Other than that, we get to see Fisher Tiger coming back from his adventure, and he also decides to tell Otohime and Neptune about the situation. He cannot ignore Mary Joie's, and it's already set in stone for him of what he wants to do. So, if you guys been reading One Piece or watched it or understood it from the very beginning of the series up until now, and getting a reminder of that, you know why Fisher Tiger is doing what he did. And eventually, he ends up making his raid against Mary Joie, or the Holy Land that had the slaves, and he released them all. Eventually, Fisher Tiger formed his own group, his own pirate crew, and they end up fighting for their lives on the sea. While many other fishermen are very much looked up to him, saying, or inspired by him, saying, "Oh my gosh, this guy is amazing. He's so cool." You get the idea. Eventually, Fisher Tiger, despite him being a pirate and causing trouble, he only does so out of self-defense or whoever attacks him. It's like saying, "Hey, you stay away from me, you don't attack me, we're all good." But the moment you make the first strike and saying, "Okay, I'm gonna whoop your butt, take all your loot, and you're gonna be stranded in the ocean," I'll put that, and you might be rescued. That much I'll say. Other than that, he always puts in one rule: never kill. That much says a lot about him. When it came to his speech, that thing was a little edited out about how he made his speech here, and comparing to the original version or the one made by Toei. When it comes to the edited version, he tells Arlong and Jinbe not to kill, and that we are not supposed to be like them, and otherwise will condemn more hatred and violence, and it's endless. It's an endless cycle, and innocent people of our own kind will be victims of that. Arlong suggests that, "Oh yeah, well, why not kill them all anyway?" And we all know Arlong. He's a very big hothead, and he's the kind of guy that's saying "Hey man, I'd rather shoot and slice and attack first than talk second," if you think about it. Eventually, they come across a former slave girl, which she wants to go home. Eventually, she worked up the courage to be on Fisher Tiger's ship, and after hearing much about what Kola has been through and what she's doing, Fisher Tiger decides to take away that celestial dragon mark that's on her back by replacing it with the sun pirate one. Eventually, we have to Koala promise not to cry and ask him not to kill her, but Fisher Tiger tells her that it's okay to cry. We're not like those stinking celestial dragons. Don't you dare compare us to them. Look at this carefully. And he throws the gun away off the ship, and eventually he tells his men it's time to take this girl back home no matter how bad the situation or the seas are. And much more. And the episode ends up there. So, when it comes to these kinds of scenes being edited out, there was more extension or more filler in it, if I even think about it. I decided to go back and make a little comparison, and there was more filler in the OG version, and it's never very well liked. That much is to be said, but for me, I'm so used to the filler stuff already that it feels a little too fast if I think about it. Although the pacing is a little better, not much is to be said. I guess I'm just that kind of guy who loves One Piece a lot and prefers certain scenes to be filled up to make it flow better. And Toei specializes in that, not much is to be said. Other than the problems of the OG version has, the edited version is being beloved by a lot of people. Even I like it too, although it just feels a little fast or rushed. That much is to be said. Other than that, preview next episode, I'm pretty sure we're going to be picking up the pace much better or much faster now, because looking at those preview images and knowing what I know is going to happen, it's going to hurt really badly emotionally, depending on what kind of person you are. Other than that, pretty cool episode. Looking forward to the next one. I'm gonna keep doing this until we get back to Egghead Island, which apparently will take about another 2 months, hopefully. And then once spring 2025 shows up, yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. So until then, people, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot-toot-toot.